I mean, not necessarily something you think about. I mean, obviously every week you want to, as a quarterback, play as good as you can, because when your quarterback plays well, it gives you a chance to win every week. So that's just the nature of what we do of this business. So I understand that, but really just making the plays that are there, and then some today. Guys came through, had some great catches. I mean, you look at Evan and Zays and Ags and a couple just all over the field, guys making plays, and just cool to see our offense take off like that, and especially after somewhat of a rough start. I mean, not rough, but a 3-and-out, and they scored in their first possession, so kind of got in the hole there, and then big turnover kind of propels us, give us some momentum. We scored off of it. I think that was the biggest thing, is we played complementary. When the defense gave us a takeaway, we scored on it, and we put together some really long drives and key moments into the first half, beginning of the second half. Just playing complementary ball, and I thought we did a really good job for that. Of that.
You called last week's loss embarrassing. How important is this to respond to that?
Just show what this team's made of, and the direction we're headed. I think that's huge, and to get some momentum back this last stretch, at the end of the season. Obviously, these games are huge if we want to give ourselves a shot at the postseason, and I think this is, you can't win 5 of them until you win 1, like I said after, the Ravens game. So same mindset. We still, believe everything's in front of us. This was a great start, great momentum. But again, going back to, big win over Baltimore a couple weeks ago, didn't play well last week. So how do we take this momentum, use it to fuel us, have a great week of practice again? I thought we attacked every day in practice, and the guys were really locked in, and you could tell our preparation was really good this week. So we got to do that every week, and I think that's where this team's growing, and you see us starting to stack more games like this, and it's just fun to be a part of.
Trevor, can you walk us through from the play call on the 1-yard touchdown run to your execution of it and everything? Because Doug made it sound like you've got a great story for it.
Oh, he left that for me? So let's think about what I should say here. No, I just honestly, probably should have handed it, but I felt like I had, I think it was 53, the linebacker on the edge, stepped down 1 or 2 steps, and really felt like I could have just outran him to the pylon, and that's what I did. Luckily got the stiff arm. He recovered a little better than I thought he would, so it's close to being a TFL. And those were those plays, like, if you make them, it's great, like it was. If you don't make them, it's a bad play, and you take a TFL on the goal line. So it's one of those plays. It's one of those days where we made those plays, and great teams do that. And I think that's where we're heading, and it's exciting. So.
Best stiff arm you've ever thrown?
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of successful ones, so that was a good one. That was a good one for me.
Was he mad at you?
No. I mean, it's like I said, you score, no one's mad. You don't score, then it's a different story. It's kind of like that throw to Zay is like a little sketchy that he caught. It's like, oh no, it's a great play, So that was actually the bad throw, though. Zay made a great play, but yeah, I mean, you score, no one's mad. But it's something we'll talk about, I'm sure, on Monday, and maybe keep in our pocket for a while. So.
You obviously looked fine, but how was the toe?
Yeah, it's okay. About what I thought. It's sore, but nothing that's going to keep me out of the game. Nothing that limited me. And when the game's going, you're not thinking about it. Obviously, it's not ideal, but it's not really something that I felt hindered me at all. I think as the game got going, especially got warmed up, settled in at first, I'm kind of just making sure I'm good. Didn't want to do anything too crazy. Want to get the ball in my hand, and I thought we had a really good plan, and then settled in and was able to make some plays, moving, and getting out of the pocket, all those things. So it was good.
Were you worried you might be a little rusty after only practicing Friday?
Not really. I mean, a little bit just thinking about, you don't get as many reps, so usually I'll rep everything multiple times and you feel good, and, that wasn't the case this week. But with our offense and the way we've built this thing, I've gotten a lot of these reps in the past, so that helps, and with the guys that are running them, all those things. So I felt pretty good and got a bunch of good mental reps this week and really felt like I was prepared. And that obviously is huge, so that's something you don't have to worry about. The physical part, obviously, it helped, like I said, that I got to practice on Friday. So I think that helped a lot, with my confidence and just feeling good about letting it rip and, trusting the guys. So.
How do you feel like your escapability has grown? You had a play today where you sort of dodged some defenders, and I think found Agnew on the sideline.
Yeah.
Can you kind of walk us through just your development there and just how important that play was?
I think just knowing the time and the place to do it. Obviously, like ball security is important. Something I'm always working on is in the pocket. You kind of get loose, and it's something that's just something I work on every week. When you're moving around, that's important because guys are going for the ball. So that's something where I feel like I've taken a step in the right direction. And then just knowing time and a place to extend plays. Are we in field goal range? Are we down tight? Is it third down? From the 15, I can kind of extend a play and give us a shot because if I, worst case scenario, take a sack, we're still in field goal range, but it's different if we're on the 30 or the 32-yard line. You got to be smart, and that's something that we talk about, during the week, or like what's our plan in certain situations, and they do a great job talking to me in my headset, and something that we have dialed in, and just the guys up front, our relationship, and knowing, just being able to feel the pocket when the edge collapses, and Cam and Jawan did a nice job of watching some people down today and, gave me a lane outside. So all that stuff, I think it's just knowing the time and the place of when you can take a little bit more of a chance.
Trevor, I think you were like 12 for 13, kind of bridging that late first half, early second. Did that feel a little bit like Baltimore where you just get in a groove?
Yeah, it felt good. I felt like really feel like we had a good plan, and we're taking advantage of some of the stuff they were giving us, and a mixture of that and just guys making plays, making great catches, great feels for whatever it's zone coverage, whatever looks they're giving us, and all of us just being on the same page. And today, prime example of just trusting my guys to go make plays and then making them for us. That's what the game comes down to. I talked about it against Baltimore after that game. Is just it's players, not plays. Trusting them, and just the chemistry that we have is really growing. So it's cool to be a part of.
Trevor, like one more, y'all. Evans, right across the road.
Trevor, to be playing, you guys are playing meaningful football, right? In terms of playoff contention, we know what happened last year. For you guys to be in the position you guys are now, considering kind of all the progress you guys have made, I guess, what's the vibe with the team, knowing that you guys have so much ahead of you at this point in December?
That's there's something to say for that. Putting yourself in a position. Obviously, it's kind of twofold that and you look at the year we've let a lot of games slip that were right there that we could have had. So that's even puts you in a different position. But still, the games that we've been able to win down the stretch, to be able to put ourselves in a position to play meaningful games in December and January, that's where you want to be. It's not a good feeling when you're sitting here like last year and the games matter because you're playing for pride, and you got a lot of pride in that room, and guys work their butt off to win games, but at the end of the day, you don't have a shot to make the playoffs. That's not a good feeling. So just proud of this group of how we've been able to bounce back week to week no matter what happens, and prime example of that today. So it was great.
Thanks, Trevor.
Awesome. Thank you all. Appreciate it.